and he's on a mission right now, and he cannot be stopped. Anytime you underestimate him, or you look upon him as someone not to be taken seriously, you will, in fact, most likely live to see yourself be wrong. So Elon, $5 Dogecoin, it is time to go on this journey and look at the possibilities here in front of us as he continues to push on. The community behind it grows stronger and stronger by the day, and we continue to move forward and see incredible things happen. It's exciting. It's fun to watch. You're not going to want to miss this. So come and join the channel as quickly as you possibly can. Notifications on. Click that subscribe button as we continue with the first story of the night. How was that intro? I like that. That was fun. If you do want to press like though, definitely a positive thing to do to help us go to more people. But this article right here, Dogecoin prices surge 40% higher. But here's one sign that the crypto is headed for a lasting breakout that could end up taking it all the way up to that $5 area. Based on what I'm seeing, that is my current projection, my current target for Dogecoin to hit. And we do talk about other cryptos here on this channel too if you're new, but Dogecoin is of course one that we love to focus on. It's our favorite one, the first one I ever invested in, and the first one and only one a lot of us here are holding. Personally, I have over 30 different cryptos, but this is of course my largest holding right now. Hopefully, if you're a part of this channel, hopefully you have a similar sentiment on it. Welcome to Silver. Hi, hey guys. And so we do have that on for now, but we can turn it off in a second. Dogecoin prices surge 40% higher, but here's one sign that's headed higher. This article basically going through Elon Musk, what his plans are, the Coinbase listing. We know average of 91%. We've only seen approximately 3% of that so far, and most of that was from the Elon announcement. 6 to 8 weeks from now is when we're going to see it actually added on Coinbase. And in that time leading up is when I expect Dogecoin to see some massive gains. Amazon adding it could be something that's coming relatively soon as well. I don't think they'll just add Dogecoin. They will likely add multiple cryptos, but I believe Dogecoin will be included in that. Currently at the number 4 spot. If you're not respecting it and taking it seriously, then what the heck are you doing? But here's where we start to get to some of the more tumultuous stuff. That's a new word. Dictionary, get on it. A new word. We made a new word. Multiple U.S. agencies probing the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. And they are, of course, talking about the Binance. Not for Bitcoin, for Binance this time. Binance is under investigation by multiple government agencies. The reason why is because they're looking into potentially illegal things that were happening on there. And part of that is stemming from the cyber attack that happened on a pipeline, which is causing gas shortages all around the country. Not a positive thing. What are your thoughts on Shiba? What are your thoughts? Yeah, it's risky. That's a very, very risky one. Be careful about that. Providence, Rhode Island just sold for Dogecoin. Interesting. So you're going in on Dogecoin even more. But as we continue to see more stuff like this happen, it's getting risky. And we do have a breaking news update that literally just happened only minutes before I came on the live. I'm about to show you exactly what that is right here. We have seen those people. They're called Dark Side Ransomware. And they quit, apparently, after their servers and Bitcoin stash was seized. Now, I looked into this. Seized, it went to an anonymous account somewhere. It's like someone actually went and targeted them. But then I started to look more into it. And I think everyone who's talking about this is being duped right now. Because why in the world, if it was a government agency, wouldn't they publicly release this or announce it? If it was that easy to find them and track them, why didn't they already get arrested or have this already happen to them? I believe that basically what we have seen from this is them transferring it to their own other account, pretending like they stopped, only so that the government authorities will be looking into them less, then they can go and target someone else the next time. So be on the lookout for this. The last time they were paid $5 million. That's never a smart idea. If you give in like that, the government needs to step in a little bit here. And generally speaking, we don't want the government to step in. We want the government to stay away for the most part. But right here is an example where they do need to come in and do something, because we cannot just have rogue hackers going around and taking money from companies. Everyone needs to band together and stop that from happening. Regardless of the cost up front, it'll be worth it in the long term. Also, this article coming out, why gamble on Dogecoin? This is from Sean Schlur. Sean Schlur. His name should be Sean Slurpee, because he doesn't really, I don't know, I don't want to be mean. Okay, I was gonna make a joke. He sucks at his job. Sean Slurpee. But why gamble on Dogecoin when you can use a trading strategy that stands the test of time? Oh wow, this guy must be a genius. He must have a super good trading strategy that'll get all of us rich. Okay, now we just need to all follow Sean. Clearly, what is his big genius strategy? I'm really interested. All of us, I guess we're selling all of our Dogecoin. Not really, that's a joke. I guess we're selling all of our Dogecoin and we're gonna do whatever Sean says. All right, let's read about this. Signing up for Mindful Trader. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. It's an ad. It's literally an ad for something that's supposed to give you signals when it comes to trading. It's literally nothing. His entire thing was basically go away from Dogecoin. Don't invest in the currency. That's the future cryptocurrency verse. Has a ton of potential still. Yes, there is some risk, and a lot of that comes from the government, but that doesn't mean that it's a gamble even any more than doing day trading and trying that. Most people who do that will fail. You have a much higher chance of success by buying and holding Dogecoin than you do trying to go and trade the markets with no experience. If you do have experience, there are ways to do that. There are some things that can actually be useful when it comes to that. So not all of those are bad, but I mean, just his entire thing here was that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So you know what? I think it's time. This is a picture of him. We're going to have to go ahead and pull out the roast music right here. It is time to get the roast underway. Oh, Shaq. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Before you get to that roast, let me go ahead and show you. So Shaquille O'Neal, they did an edit, and I don't think Shaq himself is responsible for this. The editors behind Shaq Na Fool put a Dogecoin on the moon for this scene here where they're making fun of a basketball play where Brooke Lopez basically just went all crazy. And I think that was one, I don't know, maybe it was a different one, but I watched it, and so they actually had the Dogecoin dog on the moon, which I think that's pretty dang funny. Oh wait, no, actually that was, so someone did I forget who it was. I think it was someone on the Clippers. They did a pass and it bounced up really high and was way off. And so they did the ball going all the way up to the moon, and then Shaq was sitting there on the moon. California further than the moon, and then the Dogecoin dog was up there. So shout out for that. But you know what? It is time now for Matin a Fool. Let's go ahead and go to our first contestant on Matin a Fool, and that is, of course, Sean Schlurpy. Let's go ahead and play the roast music and get the roast underway for Sean Schlurpy. I don't know, he's probably nice. If his family's watching, I'm sorry. We're just having fun. Don't worry. It's not really personal or anything like that. We're just having fun with it. But let me go and play the roast music. Sean, what the heck are you doing writing an article like that? Well, if you don't want to invest in Dogecoin, you don't have to. But at the very least, you should definitely have a better opportunity that you're going to be showing people if you're going to write an article that's negative against something else. But you didn't. It was an advertisement. So come on, Sean. I bet Sean's the type of dude who tries to climb a fence, then his shirt gets caught on the fence. He has to go call the paramedics or something, have someone come and get him off the fence when all he had to do was just simply remove that part, and he could have gotten through it, but he can't do it. He needs to get, maybe he needs to get a new job. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Let me read a couple of these chats here. You know what I want to do? Hold on. I'm gonna turn on. I'm gonna turn this on. Okay, there we go. That should be better now. It should go back to normal now. Hey Matt, I'm held on a deer. Oh no, for the 8th. Playing with your emotions. Well, be careful. Don't let your emotions get involved with investing, or else that could lead to mistakes. You obviously know that already. I mean, most of us here are not beginners, but if you are a beginner, if you just started investing, that's one thing to definitely keep in mind. Getting some laughing emojis from that. Okay, what's up with the $5 title? Do you see Doge going to the all-time high? Yeah, let's talk about that right now. So I say with Elon Musk, with all the things he's doing, you start combining that with getting accepted in more places. You start looking at the future of cryptocurrency altogether. The market cap of cryptocurrency right around 2 trillion now. It could easily go up to around the 10, 12 trillion area within the next few years, maybe even sooner than that. And so with that, we see Elon Musk pushing very hard. I expect him to do a lot of cool things when it comes to cryptocurrency, Dogecoin specifically. Perhaps he may set up an entire system of computers to mine Dogecoin and then burn those coins afterwards, which would basically mean that it would make the amount that go every single year into circulation through mining 10,000 a minute, 5 billion a year, approximately 129 billion circulation. So already it's not that big of an issue, especially compared to other cryptocurrencies out there, like Ethereum, for example. A lot of cryptocurrencies have an unlimited amount in theory, but really it's limited by the amount per year. But even still, Dogecoin could get theoretically way better if Elon Musk wanted to do something along those lines. It's going to be exciting to look for that, and I do think Doge has the potential to hit around that $5 area. Let's go ahead and take a look right here at the price of Doge. So currently it's at 5.3, and our prediction is basically looking very accurate so far. What did I say? You probably saw it. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on if you want to be staying up to date on what's happening with the Dogecoin chart, the Dogecoin prices. As this live is just getting a ton of viewers, even at 11:28. It's the middle of the night. How do we have this many viewers? Make sure you're pressing like. If we can probably get more if we want to. So if you want to press like, that'll definitely help it get to more people. Is Cardano a good investment? You said, is Cardin a good investment? I hope that's the same thing as Cardano, because if there's something different called Cardin, I'm unfamiliar with it. But Cardano, I do think We're going to most likely see Cardano at $5 within the next few years. BitBoy Crypto believes it'll happen by the end of the year. I was just on his show earlier today. We were talking about that. And so I disagree with him a little bit on when it will happen, but I do think it's right that it has potential. I put it at approximately a 40% chance of Cardano being at $5 by the end of the year. And yes, we are annoyed sometimes with what Charles does, but that doesn't mean Cardano itself necessarily is a bad crypto. It's not. It's a good crypto. And it has, I think Dogecoin has more potential for a number of reasons. And here's one of them. This price prediction that we started talking about Doge, we saw a similar pattern in the past, so we were looking for that to form again. We know Dogecoin has the ability to go up to around that 75 cents area because it's done it before. And when a crypto does it once, it can do it again. So 75 cents is almost inevitable. Unless something bad happens, it's almost inevitable. We're going to see 75 cents, most likely, very, very, very certainly. I believe that will happen. And I would put a probability at like 99.9% chance that we'll see 75 cents Dogecoin again at some point soon, especially with all the things that are happening now with the moon landing coming. It probably won't even take very long. Once it goes to 75, then goes to $1. At around that dollar range, that's when we can start to look out for a big breakout. It's going to be added on Coinbase very, very, very soon here, only in a couple of months. And with that, it'll have the ability to really, really go crazy from Elon tweets. We have not seen really as big of an impact from Elon as we're going to be capable of seeing. So far, it's only been on Twitter. That's a lot of people on Twitter, 50 million. But that's nothing compared to the amount of people Elon could reach through his other projects outside of that. We've never seen him painting a Dogecoin on a rocket or anything like that. And he's likely going to because it's going to be fun. What is Elon getting from this? He's having fun with it. And on top of that, he's making the world a better place, a greener place, which is one of his goals. And even though we do know that Bitcoin isn't bad for the environment, especially compared to the current systems, we do know that based on the stats and the numbers, it has less than the carbon footprint of one small city. Or actually one kind of big city. There's different metrics on different days, and it's generally around the size of Las Vegas that it powers, which is just one city out of thousands of cities in the entire world, hundreds of thousands of cities, one of them, and it powers for all of the entire world with Bitcoin. Less than 1% though of people in the world currently have cryptocurrency. So in theory, that would one day in the future, if a higher percentage, it will go up some, but still, that's not even a comparison. And then when you look at Dogecoin even further, it's really not even a comparison. It starts to get further and further and further away from that being a reality. Let me read a couple of these chats. Doge, so solid feeling now. I agree. That's why I'm continuing to be really optimistic about it. These past few days have given me diamond hands. You love the community. It did go down all the way to 35. If you had your diamond hands out, then you would have continued to see this ride back up. Some people did sell at the bottom. And that's why Elon was signaling. He put out that tweet that said, don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. And if you didn't panic, then you will be back up right now. And I don't think most of us did. But if you did, it's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Just learn, and you can hopefully make a smarter decision in the future based on the hindsight of the past. New Bedford, Massachusetts here. Where are you from, Matt? I've been trying to figure out the accent for a while. I'm from Georgia, and a lot of people are surprised by that. People think I'm from the middle of the country or something like that, or from the Northeast. I get that a lot. I don't know why. I think to some extent, I just enjoy talking that way. It's just fun for me. And so it just kind of became my accent. I guess. I don't know. I've always talked this way, I think. Even when I was younger. That's the way I sound. I like it. Love your videos and roasting to the moon from Universal German Auto. A big chat coming in. Thank you so much. The roast, of course, are one of my favorite things to do on the show. I have a ton of fun with them. Sometimes I'll come up with just crazy roasts ahead of time for the entire purpose of entertainment. We want to have the entertainment. Yeah, we can talk about facts and information, all that stuff, but are you not entertained? That's what we want to be focusing on, though. I mean, the amount of love in the community really is crazy. Where are we at now? 1,000 likes? Can we get to 2,000 real quick? We have 5,500 people watching. If we can get to 2,000, I'll do a to the moon. A very good to the moon. I'll put my entire diaphragm into the to the moon. If we can get to 2,000 likes, we're almost there. So let's see if we can get it and hope to get out to more people. Do you think we can have a small dip and then take off 4 to 4.5 range? It seems unlikely that we'll see 4, maybe even ever again. If bad news comes out, if something crazy happens, if there starts to be a bunch of whales selling, then you're going to want to have those notifications on, and that could actually cause that to go even lower than that. It could cause it to go really far down. If we see that happening, I think it's unlikely that will happen. Still, though, very important, I'm going to be tracking it as close as I possibly can. Once you see a notification, it's going to be very, very important to have that information as fast as possible. Click on it, though. Never make a decision before clicking on the notification and actually seeing the information there, because you always need to have all of it and make your own decision based on that, what's best for you. I'll tell you what I'm doing in that situation. If I decide to sell, I will let you know. Do you think we're going to have a small dip is a good question, though. Thank you as well, coming in from A_A. I like that. It looks kind of like a eyes and a mouth a little bit. Thank you as well for the chats. Is staking on Crypto.com worth it for Dogecoin? I'm nervous about putting my money in. I do not think you can currently stake, unless they just added it and I don't know about it. I don't think you can currently stake Dogecoin on Crypto.com app. You can stake other coins there. You can stake Cardano, you can stake Bitcoin, you can stake Ethereum, you can stake Crow. You can make 6%. I'm currently making 6% right now on approximately 20,000 Crow, I believe, something like that. I mean, no, it's more than that. It's like 60-something thousand Crow. I don't know the exact amount, but it's somewhere in that range. And I'm currently having most of it staked. I think like 90% of it's staked. And then you can also, the most common way to really make money is by staking USD coin. If you stake USD or something tethered to US dollar, you can make 12 to 14% on Crypto.com. There's a link right down there if you want to go check it out. There's also other things down there, other opportunities like that. Binance, you can make similar things happen. On Coinbase, there's a couple of ones that you can do. Coinbase, very limited in their options. Crypto.com app has a ton of options. That's one of the reasons I'm optimistic about Crow, because I like that overall. I look at Dogecoin back up to 5.4. We put on the chart, and I guess it gave us some good luck. 2,000 likes. Oh, 2,000 likes. 2,000 likes. maybe. Yeah, I see someone said, that's funny. Hey, Matt, to check out Wealthy Dropouts clothing for 2,000 likes. Maybe why not? But we're already there. Hey, Matt, check out Wealthy Dropouts clothing company, Diamond Hands Holders to the moon. Okay, yeah, maybe I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I probably won't check it out because I don't have time. Maybe if you send me a DM, if you're persistent, then you can probably give me a check it out. I read it out loud though, so there you go. I read it out loud. Harry Johnson on Twitter says hello. I smell $1 Doge spike in the future. What? But your name's David. Oh, I see. You're telling me someone named Harry on Twitter said hello. But I feel like you're pranking me. That sounds like a made up name. And I get what you're saying. But you say $1 Doge in the future. I think $1 Doge is such a high probability of happening. That's almost like we shouldn't even have to talk about it at this point. I think $1 Doge is inevitable. It has a very, 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 very high chance of happening. We're going to see $1 Doge. But yeah, thank you so much for the chats coming in. David, a big chat. Someone said, oh, geez, well, why do people love talking about other like really, really small market cap coins besides just like the typical ones? I've seen some crazy names thrown in there. Some of these you never even heard of, and you wonder, where the heck did this person even find out about this? Why are they investing in it? But I kind of get it though. It makes sense to be looking at opportunities like that. You'd be, I guess, kind of out of place not to. Shiba Inu coin right now, 0.000000175. Very risky to be investing in this, but at the same time, I mean, it's not necessarily that I hate all altcoins that are small alt cap. You can make big money from them as long as you're picking the right ones. And we have picked some smaller market cap coins on the Patreon that have done extremely well. There's many examples of that. HNT was relatively small when we picked it. It's more than quadrupled since being picked. Other examples as well. Ox is one of them. That's done really, really well since being picked. Elrond as well. All of those had relatively small market caps, and they did really well. Not as small as some of these. There are stories though, crazy stories coming out. This one was as high as around 4.8 approximately, or 4.6, somewhere in that range. Now it's down close to 3 times from its peak, and part of that is because they gave 50% to one person, Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, one of the founders, which is just not smart, because he decided to donate $1 billion to charity and make the decision for people of what charity to donate to. People should just be allowed to make decisions themselves for donating to charity. If you want to donate to charity, you can take your money and do that, and we do that. We do that. We do. And so we don't need other people to tell us what charity we want to donate to. We can pick it ourselves. I think that's the best way to do it. And it's more personal that way. It's more intimate. It's more fun. Cardano is smashing ATH right now, 216 at the moment. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I do have money. There's a reason I have money in Cardano, and I think everyone should be looking at it seriously. If you're diversified, you're probably making a smart decision, not just when it comes to your cryptos, also when it comes to your exchanges. If you're just in one exchange, that exchange gets hacked, and we know there's hackers out there. We were talking about them just a couple minutes ago. If your exchange gets hacked and you lose your money, it's not federally insured. I don't think with most, I mean, there are some ways you can make that happen with certain exchanges, certain places, but for the most part, it's not going to be insured. But if you have it in multiple places, that risk goes down significantly. So diversification of not just cryptos, also exchanges. Cardano is definitely one to look at strongly and consider. Even still now, I think it has a lot of potential because the market cap right now, it's around 1/5 where Ethereum is, and Cardano is better than Ethereum. Dogecoin and Cardano are around on the same level. Both of them, code-wise, in terms of their function, they work really well. They have low transaction fees, less than 1% of Bitcoin, meaning Elon Musk, he said less than 1% for the ones he's looking at. XRP, Cardano, Doge, those are 3 to be considering in the top 10 that actually have those metrics. Ethereum and Bitcoin don't. So that's one thing to be looking at. He did signal that. So we have to be considering it. First piece of land just sold for only Doge in my city, Matt. Look into it. Big story. Channel 10 News. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of that. And I will, that's awesome. I'll try to see if I can find that. It's going to be tough. What do I have to search? Just news story about buying a house with Doge. Maybe it'll come up. Come on, Google. Don't let me down, Google, or else I'll have to roast you too. That's right, Google. You thought you were immune from the roast just because your name is Google. Oh, no. Just because I'm using YouTube and YouTube's owned by Google, that doesn't mean you're immune from the roast. Matt's channel gets shut down 1 second later. Just imagine. Like, the Google's listening and all of a sudden they're like, okay, we'll just turn off your channel. They just flip one switch and Matt's channel's done. Oh no, don't do it, Google, please. Please, we're just innocent YouTubers here. We're just innocent YouTubers. But let me go. Some big chats coming in. That's awesome. Let me see what he said. Side note, what's your thoughts on Voyager? Voyager, I do not personally use it, but it's been getting a lot of great reviews around the community. So just based on that, I do tend to have a tendency to say, okay, yeah, if you like Voyager, why not? Check it out. Finally received my, it took you 3 months on the wait list. Well, that's not good. Most exchanges take generally about a week. So for it to be 3 months, something must have been either off or they're just not doing it fast enough. So either it's on them or it's on you, one of the two of those. But thank you for the big chat coming in. And I imagine it's probably something that was a problem with them because I highly doubt you would have probably tried to solve it yourself and they didn't. So, but when it comes to Voyager, I do know they also have some good staking opportunities there. I'll have to look into them more. Like I said, I don't use it, but I need to start using it, right? So then I can really get to know it, just like I have with the other apps, and I can explain them whenever people ask me in messages. Doge tax guy, Albert Inc. from Albert. Interesting. So if you need Doge tax help, then I guess you can go to Albert Inc. David coming in with a chat. So thank you so much, David. And one more says, good job on blockchain show. Those BTC people in the chat, oh yeah, they were toxic and did not want us to win. They mock because they fear you. You're right. Here's the deal. So on the chat there, I went on the show. I talked with BitBoy and the other people there on his show. And I was really laying down the facts and the numbers and the stats around Dogecoin. And a couple people there were more pro-Doge and a couple people there were more anti-Doge. There were only 4 people total. I don't know what I'm saying, but basically, some of the comments there were actually pretty negative, but for the most part, it was mostly love. A lot of you guys showed out, were saying give Matt points. I think I counted like more for Matt on the votes than we got credit for. We come on, where's our points? We should have gotten to 69. I don't really care about the points, to be honest. I care so much. Please give me points. I really want points. I'll do anything for points. Please, BitBoy Crypto. Next time I come on your show, I'll do anything. Oh no, I don't care. Points? I don't care about those. I mean, seriously, probably doesn't really matter. But, but yeah. So I went on the show and basically most of it was love, but there were some people saying like, "Oh, Matt shouldn't be invited back because he was talking about Doge." It's okay, we're going to get a little bit of hate for it. We'll convince them, though. It'll just take time. Mostly love, but there are going to always be some haters regardless of what happens, especially if they have all their money in Bitcoin right now and they see Elon Musk starting to look at Dogecoin instead. They're going to be a little upset about that, and rightfully so. I mean, it makes sense. Maybe they can just come join the Dogecoin train, though, and then they can turn that frown upside down, which is the way to do it, right? Let me read another chat coming in here. No prank. This is David in Newman. But I see. You go to Harry Johnson on Twitter. You retweet some of my tweets sometimes. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so it's not a prank. It's a real name. But it sounds a little bit like a prank just simply because, I think people kind of understand where I'm not going to, if it's a real person, I don't want to be mean to them. But I think people kind of get where it's coming from. That's probably a fake name from a real person, I would imagine. What did Cryptorus say? Dogecoin is proof of work, meaning it'll be the same as Bitcoin the bigger it gets. Yes, so we are basically seeing... No. So, I see what you're saying. No. So it's different. The coding behind Doge does not make it the same as Bitcoin, especially when you consider the fact that it continues to be mined 5 billion a year. Bitcoin will eventually, not even that long from now, in less than a century, it'll be basically negligible. You won't really be able to actually mine Bitcoin because it'll go all the way down, and then at that point, it halves every single period. You're going to see Bitcoin going to the point where it can't even be used for transactions really, unless there's integrations, and there probably will be. Maybe stablecoins with Bitcoin and other things like that, they'll fix the problem to some degree, but it's still something to consider. Dogecoin has that advantage already in place. It doesn't require the third party to make those transactions happen moving into the future. So yeah, there's definitely a difference there. I hope that wasn't too complicated. I'm sorry if you're new. Okay, BTC peeps, I'll try to explain it more detailed in a future video. Okay, BTC peeps, it's been fun. Welcome to crypto. But the time has come for you to convert your BTC to Doge. I can't say I disagree with that. I mean, I love seeing BTC do well. I really am rooting for it. But at the same time, if you are switching from BTC to Doge, perhaps you're making a really smart decision. I think there's a higher chance of us seeing Doge go to $2 than of us seeing Bitcoin go to 100,000 within the next few years. So that's just something to keep in mind. Something to remember, scammer trying to get me to invest in BTC, 20% commissions. Yeah, don't do it. Don't fall for scammers. If anyone's ever asking you to send money, chances are it's probably not a legitimate thing. It's probably a scam. Just like we're seeing, well, this actually isn't a scam. This is for real. People in the Philippines earning cryptocurrency by playing a video game. That's pretty dang cool. We're going to see more integrations like that in the future. Make sure video games, Doge are the perfect match. So if you are a video game developer and you're working on integrations like this, look at Dogecoin. If you're not, then you're making a mistake. And don't forget about this either. We already talked about this, but I include this anyway. SpaceX accept Doge's payment for launch to lunar missions next year. He's doing everything. He's helping so much. It got his full support. And remember, there was a time when Elon Musk almost said he was going to give up on Dogecoin because of the whales. And our documentary that we all sent him a bunch of times until he finally watched it. And I think that's when Elon became hopefully a fan of the channel. I don't know how much he watches. I hope he watches a lot, but that was really the moment where Elon said, oh, okay, we exposed Robinhood as the largest whale. And from that point on, Elon started supporting more and more and more. So our community, by sending him that video, played a huge role in what we're seeing today. Dogecoin would not be where it is even close to without our community and the incredible things we're all doing together. So shout out to all of you out there and all of us working together on this. What's your thoughts on Bitmart and SafeMoon? Doge reached $50 by the end of December. Oh, not $50. Really? I mean, if you want to see Dogecoin going to $50, then you are a very, very optimistic person by the end of the year. Very unlikely, but if it happens, that would be awesome. It's not going to, unfortunately. It's not really possible monetarily. My three biggest ones are XRP, Cardano, and Doge. I know you don't like XRP. So XRP, the reason I didn't like it is just simply because kind of like the community around it, some of the things with the code, it was just a little bit annoying to me at first. But now they started to fix some of those with the coding. They started to improve the speed and the functionality. And so XRP is no longer in the same place that it was before. I actually like XRP now. It's starting to grow on me. There's a few I don't like. XRP is no longer on that list. It's not one of my favorite ones, and also just the overall, the volatility of it was just insane, especially for a period of time there. It was going up, down, all around, a loop-de-loop, like a Hot Wheels car. It was like a Hot Wheels car, and you couldn't possibly look into it. And also with the big lawsuits and stuff coming out around it, it was too risky at that point in time to actually look at seriously. And now I don't think it's nearly as much of a risk because basically you don't have to worry anymore about the exchanges being held responsible for what's happening with XRP. And that was a big concern that people were having. So that makes it easier. That makes it significantly easier. If something does happen with the law with that, I don't think they would actually be able to do as much as people are expecting they could potentially be able to do. Let's see what Dogecoin's at right now. So it's still around that 5.3 area, I think. Let me refresh, double check. Yes, so it's still around that 5.3 area. It's been just going up and down, up and down, up and down for the last little bit here. We did see a spike all the way up to 5.9 approximately, getting around that 60 cents area, then going back down. But that's okay because we do know it has such a bright future. We are really optimistic about it here on the channel. So make sure to come in and join in on that. I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.